Hello. Haven't done one of these in a while because I'm lazy and I don't make content. This isn't really a reaction video. I've already watched the trailer and reactions are corny and I don't care. This is more an analysis video. Mostly of his gameplay, partly of his theming, but I couldn't help but actually... this happens every time. They make a really cool trailer and I really want to talk about it, and I actually end up hitting the record button and talking about it because I think Granblue is awesome and I really love what they did here. But as most of you know, Sandalphon's trailer just came out and it's fucking great and I love it, and I'll be real, this doesn't have as much fanfare as most of the Season 1 reveals did when they revealed Lucilius. Like, because they revealed Lucilius alongside 2B, so that was a really big announcement at the time. Season 2 has not started off the same way. They've just revealed Sandalphon, so they're not getting any normies on board this time. There's no, like, 2B hype or anything like that. No guest character crossover hype. But if you're a Granblue fan, this is awesome. And also, it's shocking it's taken Sandy this long to show up. He's, like... really fucking important. Like, I cannot underestimate. He's a very important character. He's the main protagonist of what makes the sky blue, which is basically Granblue's most famous, like, event / story. Most of the big players in this game are from that event, along with a lot of other stuff they make and a lot of other lore. And Sandalphon is essentially that story's main character. And if you really want to push it, he's basically the gacha's second main character. And you can hear elements of them pushing this within his trailer itself. So if we want to just start, let me make sure it's not too loud. So if that wasn't obvious, that is an exit from Gran's main theme / battle theme and the main battle theme from the gacha. But given its godly qualities suiting Sandalphon's place in the lore, all right? So immediately that struck me as like, that's, whoa, okay. Because Sandalphon, like many characters, does already have his own theme, and you will hear it within the trailer itself. It's really excellent too. Like most Granblue music, it's excellent. But that bit is intriguing, right? Because he already has his own composition that they can pull from. But they've chosen specifically to reference the main battle theme for this character. I almost feel like it's there just to double down how important he is. Like, he's such a big deal that, like, the core piece of music most people associate with this game is being used in his theme. Because it's Sandalphon, alright? He's king shit around him. God, he looks cool, though.
Stay forever blue.
Also, we're going to talk about it more, but we're listening to the English dub version. Howard Yang is his English actor, and he's been really bigging up how excited he is to play this character. And you can feel it in his performance, because his performance is fantastic. It's a brilliant performance. He does a super good job playing this character. Like, I want you to just listen to how he voices his main super.
And a score to settle. I'll defend my vow at any cost.
It's peak, dude. It's peak. It's peak, man. It's peak. It's peak. Listen to this, dude.
Are you watching? Lucifer.
Peak. Peak. He killed it. He killed it. He fucking killed it. All right. No need to go over too much. Howard Yang destroyed it. All right. You did fantastic. All right. There's a really excellent comment I saw in the comment section, actually. Let me see if I can fish it out. There you go. Sandy's English VA has been voicing him for way less time than his Japan VA. Relink was the first time playable Sandy was dubbed, and he still sounds like he's been voicing him from the start. That's how good he did it. He's convinced people that, bro, he must have been voicing him for years. He's been voicing him for a matter of months. He started last year, and he's doing, like, part 2 here. Like, that's how good his dub is. All right? He's killed it. He's killed it. It's an instantly perfect cast. I hope if we keep getting Sandy and stuff, he keeps voicing him because he's done excellent. All right? They reference his main theme in this as well. I want to keep listening, but we're going to pause, for example. Hold on. And then we'll go back.
I won't let tragedy repeat itself! I'm not here for them. I'm here because I have a job to do. And a score to settle. I'll defend my vow.
It's such a good section of it too. They've done such a good job using the God Choir to replace the core notes. It's good. It's good, man. It's good stuff. So just one more music thing I want to point out. I love all the references to, like, listen, I'm a Gran stan, all right? I fucking love Gran, all right? For what I love that boring little boy, okay? He's so cute. He's been in my corner for years, all right? And I've loved his theme song for years. So all these excerpts taken from his theme and shoved into Saudi's theme, all right? It's so good. It's so good. And I love how much they're bigging up how important Sandalphon is. Like, he's not even in most of Grand Blue. Right? He doesn't show up for most of it. So when he shows up, it's like, this is a big deal. Right? And he hasn't shown up in new lore stuff for a long time. It's mostly been cutesy shit. But they give him like 1 million skins and like 1 million new forms. Because this character's popular. Right? He is basically the main hero. Without being the main hero. That's what he is. Right? He's the second main character. 100%. And they keep pushing it into his new stuff, and I love it. I love it. But let's get to the gameplay. There isn't too much to go over, right? Sandy actually, I'm surprised how like typical he seems to be. But the first thing they show with Sandalphon is that he's a fireball character. And that one is anti looks so mid, by the way. But on top of that, he's also a DP character. He's got a DP. And look how far this DP goes. I swear to God, I'm just saying, I'm calling it now. I swear to God, if they bring out this character after nerfing Siegfried's DP and he's got Siegfried's DP, I'm going to be a little annoyed. like, you just fixed that issue, you know? But I don't think they'll do that, I hope. But he's shockingly, he's a fireball character, which I didn't expect. I thought he'd be really weird, but no, he's going down the Belial route of like weirdo Shoto. You know, rather than some completely different archetype. I remember at first I was a bit disappointed about that. I was hoping for someone really weird. But the more I watched it, the more I was like, actually, he's probably going to be more interesting than that. And we'll get to it. He also gets this Eido stance. Here he dashes back. I'm not sure if he gets to dash back forward. This might be like a held input. Like he holds the button and then he gets a dash back attack. And then he does a little judgment cut, you know, a little Virgil shit. Pretty cool. All right. So this thing here, the wings. So he, just like in his home game, he can interact with multiple elements. Here he gets Fire Wing, which seems to give him, it also seems to change the appearance of his sword. I'm not sure if this is just trailer stuff. Let's see, actually, let's see here. Does his sword change? No, it does change. His sword changes. I saw the hilt, it changed. So it also changes the appearance of his sword. I'm very curious how that's going to interact with the weapon skins. I'm assuming it's just going to be that the base weapon is the skin you pick, and then when you change his elements, it just changes the sword anyway. That's my assumption. I doubt they would go so far as to give every weapon its own skin for every element. That sounds like a lot of extra work. But if they did that, that's nuts. But they wouldn't do that. That's insane. All right. But Fire Sword seems to give him a buffed EX Fireball. All right. He also gets, you see this attack a few times. He has a dash forward, like strike attack, and this one gets a follow-up. I think this follow-up will change depending on the element. He does the EX version here. He'll do the normal version later. He gets Alt Fireball there. Good thing to note, the Alt Fireball does not seem to be affected by the element. No, he's still affected by the fire element. So yeah, the Alt Fireball is not affected by the element. All right. So that's a big deal. You can also change elements off the strike attack, which is a very big deal. Here he goes to water element, and he throws this little vortex here. Obviously, they don't show too much about how they work, all right? But the more I saw this stuff, the more I was like, okay, Sandalphon's probably going to be pretty interesting, all right? Because this likely all affects his unique attacks and a lot of his specials. So he may be actually quite complex, especially for a Grand Blue character. We'll have to see. Not quite sure yet. Also, and I was very happy to see this. He has an air dash. I'm assuming this is tied exclusively to wind element, which he's using here. Because if he just had an air dash all the time, that's just like, wow, okay. But he has an air dash. He gets an air dash. And it's like an old-ass Arxis air dash. Straightforward, relatively fast. All right, does it into air for it here. I'm curious how good it's going to be in this system. I hope it's good. Thing to note here as well, both his supers, so this is likely SBA. Both his supers are regular cinematic. So he doesn't have like a gameplay only SSBA, seems to be a cinematic lock-in attack. Also, cool thing here, I'm not sure what button this is. I assume it's jump heavy, but it straight up does a ground bounce. Like she just flies off the ground, which is pretty unique for a heavy attack in this game. Most of them don't do that. I'm really curious how this is going to interact with his juggle properties. Because normally that's actually not a very good thing to have as a starter. You'd rather have them stay like in standing hit stun, since like characters like Beatrix are really good examples of this, where lets them interact with their juggle properties basically when they want to, so they can like do all EX specials into Raging Strike into Super, and it will work and it won't drop out. Depends on how useful this jump in is as well, right? I assume this is EXE Ido stance, like the one we saw earlier. And he goes right into this ballistic follow-up, by the way. That was insane. That is likely running heavy. Obviously gets the knockdown. This is ulti Ido stance. But that's all the gameplay I could really glean from this. But the main interesting thing is absolutely the element stuff that he's doing. And how that's going to affect his gameplay. The fire stuff look pretty strong. But I have no idea. We're going to have to wait till they reveal him on the 21st. His gameplay, along with a lot of Season 2 changes, are getting revealed on February 21st, and he's getting released on February 25th. So we still have a while to go. We have about a month before we get more Granblue stuff. So this trailer actually came pretty early. But he looks awesome. I've been looking for a reason to get back into this game. I've actually gone pretty cold turkey on Granblue for a long time. I've been playing a lot of Tekken. Right, but he actually does look like a character I want to main, straight up. I've been looking for some new source. I'm looking forward to Diaphone's video. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna shove this in the editing bin real quick, and it will go out into the world. Yeah.